Hello, Shelby from Klaus Roofing Systems, Carolina Energy Conservation. I know you talked about, I think you were going to pass this on to your marketing team, but I'm just sending this over. This is Joel from JND SEO, and I'm just going to show 3 ways here to basically help your website to beat your competition online. Now, I don't want to waste anyone's time, so I'm going to make this as quick as possible. But at the end of the video, you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You know, if you guys watch the video and you say, not really for us, that's okay. I'm going to put a bunch of free tips and strategies in here. Feel free to take those, and even if you guys have someone you use, you can actually show them, and it should help them out and help them out a little bit as well, and help you guys out, of course. All right, so the 3 things we'll talk about today are content, citations, and backlinks. So the first thing I'm going to do is, as you can see, obviously I'm on your site, and I just want to kind of scroll through, see about how many words of content you guys have. Google recommends having about 1,500 to 2,000 words of content. The reason that they want so much is that if you have that much content, they know that you are basically putting a lot of information out there for them. And it helps them because you're essentially educating people, and they know that's going to bring more people in. So it's kind of a self-serving thing. But they'll rank you higher for that the more you have. The other thing is that if you have a blog, which it looks like you guys do, blogs are another excellent way to help your website get ranked higher. Google loves blogs because just like with having a lot of content, they educate people, they put a lot of information out, and it's going to bring more people in. I'm actually going to also show you guys Monarch Roofing. They're one of the top results in Myrtle Beach. So the reason I'm showing you them is because that's the competition. That's who you want to beat. So you want to see what they're doing and then obviously do better, right? And do more to help beat them. And you want to beat them in every category that we're going to talk about today. As you can see, they do not have 1,500 to 2,000 words of content, which just makes them easier to beat. And so they also don't have a blog that I can see unless it's hidden under one of these links. So having both, would just help you to beat them actually even faster. But the other reason that having a lot of content is important is because the more content you have, the more keywords or keyword phrases you can put in it. I've put in here just roofing Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It's a pretty good search for bringing up decent amount of volume in the area. Also, it's what a new customer is going to search if they're looking for a service in the area. So let's just kind of take a quick look through their eyes, right? Number 1, they're going to see these ads here. Number 2, they're going to see this map section, also called GMB, Google My Business. This is going to bring us to our topic of citations. So these show up based on citations. And citations are just when you get your business name, address, phone number. Those 3 things have to be listed exactly the same on every site, especially your main one. As long as they're linked exactly, it'll count as a citation. The more you have and the higher quality, they're going to show up. If you're in the top 3, you're going to show up on this little preview window. You could view all, but we're just trying to see that basically it's a little bit of exposure you get to a new customer just by being in the top 3. So citation is when you get in these directory sites, and these are sites like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Home Advisor. Also social media, so you could link it to like a Facebook profile page. You could make a Twitter account with it. You could make an Instagram account, LinkedIn, all of these. And you could link these all back to your main site by having the web address in them. And as long as you have that address and phone number and everything is the same in there. After that, we're going to get to our organic section. We're going to get 10 results that show up per page here. These are showing up in reference to our search, roofing Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, or our keywords. So we can actually rank the results based on that. So number 1 for roofing Myrtle Beach, South Carolina goes to Better Business Bureau, which is a directory. Number 2 is going to go to Home Advisor, which is also a directory. 3 is going to actually go to Monarch Roofing Biz, which is the comparison one that we're using as our example because they're the top actual company. Now, having 2 directories above them is actually a really good thing because directories aren't that hard to beat. In fact, Google actually prefers to have local companies ahead of directories. So as long as you get your site sound with some really good backlinks, referring domains, and get high quality and get your trust up, it wouldn't be hard to get ahead of those directories and to get ahead of Monarch as well. So I went ahead and put your website into a program called Ahrefs. It just kind of allows me to take a little bit of a look behind the scenes here. First thing I notice, you guys do have your headers on the top of your page, which is a good thing. This allows Google to find you a little bit easier. You can either put your name of your company up there. You can put keywords. You can put both, which you guys have a few of those on there. So now we'll talk about backlinks, referring domains, jump into our third topic and a third set of tips. So these basically work hand in hand. So referring domains are just websites that you have links on. Backlinks are the actual links. So right now you have 86 links on 13 websites. So you guys can do the math. But you have like probably about 7 or so per website right now. Maybe even less than that, maybe 6 or 7. And so for our example, if we use, let's say, a Facebook business page, that would be a referring domain would be Facebook. The actual part where it says your web address and you put your link for, let's say, Klaus Roofing by CarolinaAEC.com, that would be your actual backlink. The more referring domains and links you have pointing to your site, the stronger Google is going to assume your site is, and that's going to rank your UR or trust higher. The higher this is, the more keywords you're going to be found for, assuming they are on your page somewhere. So these actually function as these sites essentially vouching for you. So it's going to build you up and make you stronger, and that's going to help you get found in searches. Right now we're seeing the 42 keywords you guys are showing up for, and that's bringing about 4 visitors to your site right now per month. So we're actually going to take a look at your keywords here in a second, but let's jump over to Monarch. We see they also have a header at the top of the page. They've got 368 referring domains, sending them back a little over 2,000 links back to their site. And you can see their trust number is a 38 because they have a lot more of these. And that's bringing them about 390 keywords. So a pretty big number there. And it's going to actually deliver them about 472 visitors to their site per month. All right, so now let's take a quick look at your keywords. And then we'll jump back over to Monarch to look at theirs. So Carolina Energy Conservation, part of your name, 200 people do search it every month. That's a good thing. It means people know who you are, and it means people are looking for you. What we can see is you guys are in the 11th position. We know there's 10 results that show up per page. So 11 is going to put you just at the top of the page 2 there. And we've actually found that 80 to 85% of people will not really go to page 2. So if you're at the very top of page 2, I find you're going to get a couple people. And as we can see, of the 200 that are searching it, you're getting just under 3 visitors to your actual site. So you are getting a couple from it. The higher up you're ranked, you're going to get a lot more. To get number 1 for any keyword, which I think we'll find with Monarch, then you're going to get between 20 and 35% of the overall volume. So as many of those as you can kind of add up, obviously the more traffic and visitors you're going to get. So you can see on the next one, even though I wouldn't really recommend this keyword just because it's a little bit vague. It's a little bit more of a national keyword. It's not specific to a location. And you're 12 on that one, so just 1 behind that one. But you can see it's already about half of an actual visitor of the 50. So what I want to do next, I'm going to jump over to Monarch. Let's look at a few of those. I'm going to jump to their second one because I like that it's got a location that's a little bit stronger. It's not a national one. So 70 people search their name exactly like that with Myrtle Beach attached to it. They're number 1 for that one. So as you can see, they're getting 22 of the 70. Good percentage there. And then if we just jump down to one that would bring in, let's say, a new customer. Because if it has your name, people know who you are. It's going to be probably some referrals, maybe even people that saw your signs. But one like this is going to bring in new customers off the internet. So 70 people do search it exactly like that. They're number 2. So they're going to get 10 of the actual 70, so a decent percentage there. And just the more of those you can add up, obviously it adds up. You can see most of what Monarch is bringing in is coming from their own name, which means there's a lot of room for kind of getting ahead of them with ones that are going to bring in new customers like this one, Roofing Contractors, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. They're number 5, so there's 4 spots ahead of them. I bet you most of those are the directories because we already know there's a couple ahead of them on the other one. So definitely, I would say Monarch is very beatable because we know that there's already 2 directories ahead of them, which we know aren't that difficult to beat. So now that you guys have the info, really there's 3 things you can do with it. If you're happy with where you're at, you're not looking to expand anymore or grow or get any more customers, obviously don't have to do anything with it. If you guys are interested in potentially building, if you have someone you guys work with, show them the video. There's some cool tips in it. I'm sure that there's even one thing in there that would help them out. And, the last thing, if you guys just have any questions, I'm here. I'm happy to answer any questions for you. And thank you guys for watching, though, and have an awesome day.